and not really let people into the situation that I was going through. But when I did, when I opened up and when I shared it with other believers, it felt like just the burden just was lighter than it was before. It was still there, the situation was still going on, but overall, the load of the situation wasn't now not only mine to hold and carry, but it was being shared by other believers who were standing with me in the Lord. Um, so, yeah, we're not called to suffer in silence, we're not called to suffer alone. This walk is one that we're called to stand with one another in Christ. And I would say as well, too, um, yes, I'm sure the man, well, okay, one thing I do want to say is that, let me go back to it, to the passage. So, he was paralyzed, we know that. And then they made an opening on the roof, and he was laying on a mat. So they could not get him to Jesus because of the crowd. They made an opening in the roof by digging through it, and then lowered the mat the man was laying on. So basically, when you really think about it, was this man actively doing anything but having faith? Sometimes it gets to a point where the situation has been going on so long, and like in some situations, there's literally nothing you can do but lay down and actively practice your faith and to trust that other people are standing in prayer with you for your situation. Sometimes it does get to that point, and it's really beautiful to see how this man's friends cared about him so much, knowing that like he couldn't move, he couldn't actively get to Jesus for himself, but they literally not only spiritually were his hands and feet, but physically were his hands and feet, opening the roof to create the opening to lower him down, walking him or carrying him there. Um, so, yeah, it's just really beautiful to see. There's people who care about us and they want to stand with us in prayer, but we have to be willing to let go of our pride and join forces with those people, um, so that the Lord can do a work. Sometimes He doesn't want to do a work that just starts and ends with us. Sometimes He wants to do a work that involves others. We just have to be the ones that let others in. So I hope this blesses you. Have a good night.